a movie star?
Oh my God.
You know, I hate being on camera. Yeah,
All right, get ready for your close-up. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in.
No. I was doing, there was a talk show host, and I can't remember the name in Chicago, equivalent to, not Oprah. This is a while back. He had some kind of contest where it was like a surprise prom date, which was going to be Justin Bieber, and the girl who won was in Big Bear, somewhere up there in Big Bear.
Wow.
And so they hired local artists to go do that job, and that was me. And so I went to that job, and I'm doing her makeup in the bathroom, and it's like sweaty hot up there because they have the heater, and I'm already like menopausal and stuff like that. Well, I've been menopausal for many years, but anyways, I'm doing her makeup. The camera comes in, little tiny bathroom with all the lights. You know, lights get really hot up there, and they're putting the camera on me, and they're like, so what kind of look did you do on that? And I was like, oh, I'm talking, and my glasses start fogging up. And I'm like, like trying to, I don't know if they even use that shot, but I knew from there, I was like, I hate being, even when I have to touch up. So when you're on set, the lights are so hot. And when we have to go in there, it's like the fire on my back, and I'm like touching the sweat off of them, and I'm touching the sweat off of me, and yeah, no, I don't like to be in front of the cameras. Okay. Anyways, it's on. Hi.
Yes.
Okay. We are talking about tones and undertones. So tone is, what did I say about tone?
Changes.
It can change. Yeah, just through the years, your skin tone can change. Now, you guys all learned about Fitzpatrick, right? So the Fitzpatrick is well, it was actually created by a doctor, a dermatologist. And it really is to determine they're susceptible to skin cancer and how well that skin can handle the sun. I know some of our artists ask me, how does Fitzpatrick's have to do with makeup? Well, first of all, it was more designed to understand which one has more melanin, as melanin in your skin is what protects you from the sun, right? And the more, darker you are, the more melanin you have better protection from the sun. So somebody that has less melanin obviously needs to go for the higher SPFs, and if we have color, sometimes 15 is good enough for us, whereas someone else who is fair skinned. But really, Fitzpatrick is really more about that, about how we can handle the sun. We're all doing it, huh? So what can handle under the sun? But in makeup, your concern is more understanding the tone and the undertones, because that will determine how the foundation is going to apply. If you guys look at your foundation, can you guys see, which I don't know, let me look, what is the undertone? Oh, you tell me. Okay, here's my foundation. So knowing the undertones is really putting it on your hands. Who sees a pool in any days? And a lot of times you have to actually put it on your skin. And has fair skin in here. Here, putting it on somebody, putting the foundation on somebody who has fair skin and darker skin, you can see the undertones even better. Who's my fairest one of all? Snow White. Snow White is my fair one. Come up here. Well, actually, before you come up here, can we have you do a little swatch of the darker colors on your arms, just so the class can see. And then let's see. Who's a medium tone we can do? Let's try yours. Yes. Let's try. And you do the lighter ones on you. Do a little swatch. And this is a way you guys can start training your eyes to see the undertones of the makeup line that you have. Like I said, I tend to pick a lot of my foundations to be, I tend to like yellow. A lot of yellow because I have a few of the cool tone undertones and neutrals. So in the meantime, how do you know if you're a cool or a warm or a neutral?
Look at the color of your veins.
There you go. What are we looking for?
No way, Pinterest told me that.
Pinterest, thank God for Pinterest. I don't need to hear your stuff.
No.
Okay, so what is it? What did you find out?
Pinterest said that if they're green, that if they look green, You're a warm tone. Thank you, Karen.
How about if you were, what other colors? What determines,
Take it away, Karen.
what determines a cool tone? A blue, right? Let's grab our thing.
Oh, it's green, right?
Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm stressed. I was like, wait.
So, okay, so look at your veins. Some of you guys are like tattoos, you can't see, but let's look. Tell me if you guys can see what is your veins coming out. Is it more of a green? Is it a blue? If you see both,
Yeah.
what do you think that means if you see both?
Is yours like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be a neutral.
Right here. Looks like I colored it.
Another way of people can tell what their undertone is have you guys noticed that when you wear gold and silver, sometimes silver don't look good on you, or gold doesn't look good on you? You can tell by putting gold or silver. Now, depending on your undertone range, let me show you guys this one.
Don't worry, Trevor, my dad a question.
Like every summer I was wearing my foundation and I get like yellow looks yellow on me. But what looks fine. I love colors. Summer looks I look yellow. So it's like that's orange.
Okay.
I have a question.
There's different categories when you guys are looking at the undertones in the skin. So you could be warm, but you're in this category, warm under the light fair skin. Or you could be, so there's different categories of warm in here. Same with neutral. You can be in any one, so you can be a neutral deep. You can be a cool medium. Now, there's something called like straddling the fence. And some of you guys are kind of deciding, oh, I can kind of see both. And I kind of change, I heard someone say change through the years, the seasons, right, the seasons. When they're fair skin, when you have fair skins, you can notice a lot of those colors changing in your warm tones, your undertones. Depending on what you're wearing, we'll pull out your undertones more. A lot of times I tell people to put your skin up against something white, and that will help you guys to see the undertones. Okay, it's training your eye to see this stuff because you have to look beyond the tone of the skin to find the undertone. Okay, so the tone of the skin could be any one of these, but then you got to find the undertones that lies within the tone. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So remember, the tones can change and undertones stay the same. Now, undertones might be pulled out more based on what you're wearing and the colors you. So as a makeup artist, you need to understand your color wheel of how you're going to put colors on them to either complement them. And what would be a complementing? If you're going to compliment somebody who might have a purple dress, what's complementing colors? Yeah, anything opposite. If you think about Christmas, that kind of stands out. You know, so, or blue. If they're wearing blue, complementing colors are opposite. Okay? So complementing colors, when you're designing a look, it makes it pop out. It just makes that other color pop out. Okay? That's complement colors. Now, this same technique of going across the color wheel is also used for concealing. So like I was saying, I wanted you guys to, did you do your arm? Oh, okay. Oh, Snow White, come up here. Did you get your arm done? She's got the yes. Are you slacking? What? What's going on? Don't be embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. Come up here. Let's share. I keep telling her she should work at Disneyland. She said that's Snow White. Okay, so let's look at your arms here. Oh, okay. So you can see, can you guys see the yellow coming out on these, on her arm? Okay, and then over here, she does, what do you guys see here? I'm not going to even give you that. What do you guys see here?
I see like cool.
Do you see cool up in here?
Yeah.
What about, is there any warms in here at all? Do you guys see yellows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it looks like their pools might be up in here. This looks a little more yellow. Do you see that? And then this looks, they have a little like yellow red in there, or that orange color. Those are warm. Okay. So here, this looks as a little bit cool. Has more of that. If I say blue, you guys, I don't see no blue, but cool represents that, right? Do you guys see that? And then most of this, yeah, that has a little bit of yellow. Yep, got the yellow, the sunrise, think of sunrise, yellow, orange, and red. But yeah, that would be a little bit more cool. So majority of these are yellow undertones, okay? And they have a few cool. Follow? Okay, all right, thank you. So when you guys are, well, this is the line you guys are gonna start off with when you're working. It's getting to know what is your undertones in your makeup and then applying it to your client. So that's the hard part, is training your eyes to look for their undertones, the warm, the cool, the neutral undertones beyond their tone of skin, because they can be here, 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 here. Yeah.
Can we purchase that little wheel, that color wheel?
Oh,
here?
any art store.
Oh.
Any art store you can pick these up.
Okay.
And practice it at home, and it shows you. And like I said, we start talking about the monochromatics, which is like another assignment that I usually have my students do, is designing a look with all the same colors but in different hues and tints. And, you know, so you would do a whole makeup look with these colors, or you pick a blue. So that would be another thing that I would have you guys do. Give me a monochromatic look, meaning it's all in the same family. And then maybe another assignment might be giving me complementing looks, you know, where you're using the opposite side of the color wheel. So when you're designing, you're thinking about that. You know, what kind of look am I designing for? That's the hardest part as a makeup artist, is really designing what you need for that job or for that client. You know, when you do complementing colors or monochromatic, you know, so that's one side of the design. The other side of the design is, you know, like I said, getting into the psyche of your client so you can nail it in their comfort zone. Okay. So, so do you guys find a mark on your arm, or your, even if you have some kind of redness going on? So what I want you to do is, so who has something bluish purple to conceal? Anybody?
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. How about green? You have some green?
Is that greenish? It's like a dark green.
You can cover your vein? Okay, let me see. So, yeah, I thought you guys had that in the kit. Okay, there's my kit. Let me see.
I think some white would be good.
Okay, let's grab.
What if we scoop a little bit on each palette? There's not that many of them.
Yeah. We can probably. I know she has a sample again. Let me do it first. Can I borrow your tattoo?
Me?
Yeah. Can you
Oh.
come up here? Can I borrow it? I'll give it back to you. I promise. I'll give it back. I did a bad thing. Left my stuff in the car.
Or like they'll use it.
Okay, let me let you guys think it through. This is, not in your good. This is a concealer for tattoo and lots of other things. So how this palette is laid out, it's got the top are warm undertones, and then the bottom is neutrals and cools. So if we're going to cancel out something, these, anything warm will be here, anything cool. So let's see if we can walk through with yours. Okay, analyzing her tattoo, what are the colors you guys all see in there, or what most tattoos are? You guys see what colors that's in her tattoo?
Wow.
I heard red?
No.
Is it black, really? Green? Any other colors you guys see? Walk around. Walk in shade. Put her on the spot. Sorry, I thought you guys had that color really in your kit.
Yeah. Huh?
Is it mostly cool colors in there, or is it mostly warm colors? Mostly cool? Yeah.
I love to talk.
Yeah, she doesn't have one of those bright, they have all the different colors in the rainbow kind of tattoo. They're mostly like that green, that blue, right? So, so we've determined it's going to be more of a cool on that. But she also what's her skin undertone?
Warm.
She's warm. So it's the power of the makeup that you're using to counteract that. This is made for tattoo coverings. So you tell me, which one do you think, because these are the cools, we all determined it's cool, but she's also a little bit warm because of her undertones of her own skin. So I might have to go into both, right? So first thing I'm going to do is going to try to match her skin. So which one of these do you guys think would be? This one or this one? This one.
Left.
Who says this? Sorry. Anybody? And who says this one? Most of you guys say that. Okay. Let's go do it. Both. It's Krylon. Oh, no, is this one Krylon? No, this is Encore. Okay, then I'm going to get it warmed up a little bit. So, the rule about, so this one, because of it's not a cream and it's not a powder, it's a long-lasting kind of coverage, and it's kind of like those long-lasting lipstick or what have you, but when this is done, I would wash the whole thing with alcohol, where's our alcohol? Alcohol will help activate it a little faster. I know it's something that, let me get this. I was ready for you guys to do this, but you guys don't have the palette. Darn it. I did a big no-no and left my makeup in my car. You did too? Yeah, I just needed. Gonna wake it up a little bit. So, in the meantime, let me. Wake up a little bit. No. Okay. I'm going to try yours. Let's see if you guys are powerful enough. Even though she's a cool tone, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it happen here. I'm going to grab a warm tone here. And then what was the opposite of blue and green was?
Orange.
Right? So let's see if your stuff is powerful enough here to cover it. Okay. When you are concealing something, if you do this, remember we talked about the motions when you're putting things on? All you're doing is making a thin layer of it, right? But if you want to conceal something, you need to switch your your application to more of a tapping. Ah, hey, it's doing something. See that? You want to make sure every time you're concealing, you go into a stippling motion. This. So you can see some of that blue still coming up. So I need something a little more powerful, a little bit more yellow. Ooh, let's try this one. Yeah, let's try this one a little bit. And sometimes that orange red will get in there. Because if you look, if it is more of a green blue, you can do like an orange red. So I was trying to see what the foundation by itself would do, but now we're gonna have to do a so what I'll do is, I'll do this side right here. I'm gonna block that blue out. With more of that red. See how I'm just like tapping? See, that's taking out that blue where you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that part. You can see the blue coming through. So that tells me that that wasn't powerful enough, so I have to go to straight to that color, right? And then grab, and then work her color over it. Grab another brush. I wish I had more brushes than this. Wouldn't want to do a demo that you guys don't have tools to, so let's see. So now you want to put her color over that. Since these are cold, can somebody grab me a moisturizer a little bit back there?
Which one do you want?
Just
Sensitive?
yeah, any one of the moisturizers. There's the cream is like this cold. This is, you gotta break it up a little bit. So you have to just kind of work her color in over the concealing. Thank you. It's getting your consistency correct before you do your job here. Just get this one up here. If you feel your product is just not laying down right, you gotta get in there and change the consistency. Just do a smaller area. Okay. So, sometimes I get in there because my warmth in my hands will get it going. Okay, so you want to try to get most of that out. See how the whole time I'm doing this? Almost there. So we're doing a smaller portion so we don't use too much here. This could take a lot of makeup. There is certain makeup line, like this one is just for tattoos. Okay, so when you're concealing, you can see the blue coming through here, but now she just has that little bit of that orange in there. Okay? We want it, so if it's orange you're seeing, right? And we are covering the blue, just gonna add a little bit more warmth in there, just to tone that down a little bit. So from here, and she does have some kind of red in there in her skin underneath. So, I'm going to spread it out so you can see areas where the blue is hidden and the blue is not. If there's no orange here, that's what it looks like. If there's orange there, it cancels out that blue. You guys see that? Right? So it's just a matter of, I don't know if this, like I said, this might not be as powerful for pigment wise. So there's different layers here that this one's completely canceled out the blue, this one slightly, and this one you don't at all. So go ahead and walk around so you can see the different, and you see, obviously you don't see it under the orange, but you have to go there and put her color back in. So in makeup, when you guys are concealing, you're actually taking away their color and putting their color back in. Like took away her color, then you have to, because she has like little red and orange in her regular skin tone, so you have to kind of put that back in. And then what you would do is you powder that and set it. Okay. Do you see the different levels? You should see the 3 different levels of coverage. One, the blue is like, you still see the blue, and that's what happens when we're trying to conceal something. We think it's almost there just by a straight coverage, but if we didn't use the proper color underneath, most people might not see it, but you got to train your eyes to see that. Right. If that makes sense. It's so subtle. Yeah. So you guys, you don't have you guys just have this then, right? Okay. Well, because you guys are supposed to be beauty, that's why. This stuff gets a little bit crazier. Okay. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay. So that is concealing. Same thing when it comes to the face. It's not that thick, technically. Again, what are you doing? What kind of job is this? Is this for your everyday person? Is it someone going on stage? You know, because if they're on stage, that's when you have the flexibility to pile it on. If it's just your client sitting in your chair and they're an everyday person, you do not do it like that. Now, I've had brides who want to cover their tattoos that are peeking out of their dress. That's why I tell my daughter, if you're going to get a tattoo, I better not see it through your dress. Get it everywhere else, but I don't want to see it through your dress. After you get married, I said, I don't care. But yeah, so she had some tattoos that she wanted covered, and it's hard because it's right there on your white dress. So these things are amazing. The palettes, I know Kryoline has a palette. This is somebody else, like European or whatever. But the different makeup lines have tattoo covering, and it's waterproof.
And you like to set it with like translucent spray, they go on the next one, like very light. But I typically do like in stages if they have a lot of tattoo work or.
Yeah, well, when you set with powder, I find it eventually rubs off. Because you remember your skin is here, it's your layer of your skin. When we're putting makeup on, you have to prep the skin. And remember that we have the pores where our own natural oils come up, right? So people who don't wear any foundation, they try to put their makeup straight on top of there, your skin absorbs it right away. So if you're going to make your makeup last long, the more layers you have here, the longer it takes to get your skin to break through it. So normally you would put your what? Your P, starts with a P, primer, right? So you put your primer on there, and that helps put a barrier between your skin. Huh?
After your skin cut.
Yeah.